Look at this. This is CRL Chart Request Live. I'm Spencer Israel. That's Sam Gatlin. Sam, it's been a while since I've been on the show. I don't think I've ever done the show with you before. Have I?
We've done it once together, Spencer. Yes.
Oh wait,
It's
yes,
always
we
a
did
delight
a
to
few
have
months
you
back,
on.
right?
Yeah, it
All
was.
right. Well, I missed you, man.
Yes. No, it's great to have you here, Spencer.
I'm
Thanks for
glad to
stepping
be
up.
here. Let's get the charts up on the screen if we can. Let's get going. Let's just start off the show with some China talk, and then we'll go to the requests. So, as usual, any requests you can email them in questions at stockmarketmedia.com or drop them in the chat. Let's go. We'll start with China. This is FXI. What do you got?
Yeah. So China's been in a pretty big downtrend, as I think we all know. But we've gotten a huge momentum thrust this week. Let me throw my rate of change indicator up here. But like, look at this, Spencer. We're blowing out the rate of change indicator. This is biggest since 2022. And then if you zoom it out to a 1 week rate of change, then it looks quite a bit different. Like this is the best since we've had since like 2008, the financial crisis, Spencer. It's even better than that.
This
So
is
this is something you tend to
a
see at the beginning
literal.
of new
This is a
uptrends.
once in a 16-year event.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
it's big. A lot of
Wow.
buying. Like Baba is one of their biggest stocks. It's been a huge dog, but you have a similar momentum thrust going on there. So these are front and center this week. We're writing something on the blog that should be coming out early next week. But we've seen copper catch a bid now because of this China situation. But there's a lot of broad implications for this China move.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the request. So China is the story of the week, no doubt. But this is,
Yeah.
of course, CRL. It's the show where you provide the request, we provide the charts. So let's go to the charts or the request. Let's start with the request from the inbox. And I want to start, Sam, with a request from Paul. Could you take a look at Fresh Pet, FRPT, with a 3 to 6 month time frame? This appears to be headed back to all-time highs, maybe 184 question mark.
Yeah, I think with your time frame, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the first target. I think you even could get a breakout during that time frame. So yeah, I think the first target is 180. Let's see what that is. 187. That's your first target. If you're long here, you want 187. Once you get that, we'll see how long it takes to digest this pretty monster run we've had here. Like this stock is up, let's see, almost 300% really since the 2022 low. So it's been a good run for the fresh pet. But yeah, I think you could ultimately get a breakout to all-time highs, targeting this 161.8 extension level around 280. So this is a good stock. No reason to sell it, in my opinion here. Let's look at the RSI. I bet we're getting overbought there. We do, yeah. That's a pretty big divergence there on the weekly RSI. When you zoom in on the daily, we haven't been getting overbought for several months now. May was our last overbought reading on the daily RSI. So this one could need to cool down, but I think the path of least resistance is still higher towards that prior cycle high.
All right. All right. Let's keep going here. Let's go to a question from Nick. He's asking Alcon, ALC. These are the contact lenses, right?
Yeah, contact lenses.
You
Yeah.
should know all about this, Sam. You're into biotech and healthcare.
Yeah, and I wear contacts every day.
Hey, I have a few of these in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
So this is a good looking chart here. Who brought
So
this?
this was a spin-off, right? This used to be a part of Bosch, I think.
Right, yes. Yep. And I think it's pretty small. Let's see. Yeah, less than $50 billion. So
I
not
mean,
nothing, but not
that's not that
huge.
small. $50
So
million.
yeah,
That's
we're making
that
all-time
big to
highs
me.
here. The ALC, what a beast. Let's fib out this prior drawdown that got us here. So from this 2022 low, we have rallied about 80%. and we are trending higher towards this 110 level. So little $100 roll. I like that aspect of it too, but really we're just stuck in between this range right now, between the breakout level and our first target.
So no obvious entry point
Yeah,
here.
nothing really to do here. Yeah, hold it if you are long. Do nothing if you're not. Or
All
you
right.
could like sell the wings, little option strategy.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got from the inbox? One or two more. Hanson asked about, I think it's in the chat too, asked about ANET for a 6 month time frame. This is for a long as well.
Okay.
Most of these are
ANET.
longs.
So this is Arista Networks, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. $121 billion. Not nothing for sure. This is a big uptrend. Good grief. What do you do with this, Spencer?
With an uptrend like that?
Yeah. Just goes
okay.
up.
So this is an interesting, okay. Well,
I'm going to fib out this first base here. See if that gives us anything. Not really all that helpful at current levels.
For a 6 month time frame,
yeah.
Gosh, I don't know what I would do if I had a 6 month time frame. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they're looking to buy here or if they're already long.
Like I guess I'd wait for some kind of a pullback, but I don't. Maybe those prior highs, right?
Right. I think you could be long against this pivot high from July. So that comes in around like 375. So about 10 points of risk to the downside. And I think you just hold it towards, you're looking for a $500 roll. So like 517, 518, that level. But not a real clear level to enter here.
So we're at the point,
other than this pivot high.
We're at the point in the calendar where you should be looking ahead and seeing when do these companies report earnings, right?
Yes.
Because it's coming up, believe it or not. So ANET is on, well, they're not confirmed yet, but they're typically one of the last days of October.
That's right? What it says here. Yeah, 28th of October.
Yeah, that's not like confirmed, but it is probably on around the 28th. So keep that in mind. This is a 6 month time frame, but you know, that's something you want to have in the back of your head.
It was up 11% after its last earnings report, Spencer.
There you go. All right, I think that was it from the inbox. Let's go to the chat now. What do we have there, chat? Oh, Jeffries Financial. Sure, let's take a look.
Let's do it. Cool. Ticker Jeff. Let's see how big this one is. This is $12.5 billion investment bank. Is this one from New York?
Watch the show? You ever watch the show What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
Me neither, but I've seen it here and there. There's a moment where one of the characters goes, Jeff. So I always think of that when I see this stock.
That's funny, Spencer.
Yeah.
No, so like some context here. We like from 1978, 79, we went on a massive bull run here until the financial crisis. So Jeffries rallied, let's see, it's like 230,000% over those 2 decades, 3 decades.
Obviously, really. Split adjusted. The stock was not 2 cents in the 70s.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. But this is a monster stock. Now we're dealing with this financial crisis high, which we recently broke out above. So we are at new all-time highs here. What I would do is fib out this financial crisis base first. We're going to be in the middle of that range. So that's really not all that helpful. But from a high level point of view, I think we're targeting 75. I think the path of least resistance points towards 75. So we could also try to fib out this more recent cycle. So let's fib out the 2021 peak. And that's not all that helpful either. We're also in the middle of a range, but yeah, a lot of rangy charts we're getting today, Spencer. Well, not clear levels to define risk against. That makes it kind of
Can you go
difficult.
back to the '08 level? See, I
Yeah.
look at it as when something crazy happens to an industry group or a sector or whatever, and then in the aftermath, there's basically two groups. There is the group that recovers and the group that doesn't, right?
Hmm.
Jeffries is in the former, right? They've recovered, they've
Right.
reclaimed their Great Recession highs, right? So good for them. So that's a huge check for Jeffries, right? And the other group would be, some of these big banks, right? I mean, Bank of America, not Wells Fargo, Citi, right? Who else? Um,
JP Morgan.
no, JP Morgan came back. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, they came back. Wells
Yeah.
Fargo came back, but they were aided by some fraud along the way.
Yeah.
Bank of America and Citi are the two that come to mind that have not come back, right? But so my point is, it's definitely like a very bullish thing for those that did come back. I would much rather
Yeah,
buy
for
those.
sure. No, that's a great point, Spencer.
Yeah,
The stock is a beast. Like, look at it benchmarked versus the financial sector. Here we are, we're making new, looks like decade highs here versus its peers. So, yeah, definitely very bullish on this one. It's just difficult to enter at these current levels.
for sure. All right. What else do we have here? Let's go back to the chat. What about DBA? All right. Yeah, let's talk commodities. Let's talk agriculture.
Okay, let's see.
Let's look at the top holdings in DBA.
So, cocoa futures coming in at 3.25% of DBA, and then you've got coffee. You've got a lot of bonds in there as well. Coffee, cattle, sugar, soybeans, corn, lean hogs. Really a broad basket of commodities though, and bonds. So yeah, here we are making new. How many years is this? Decade highs here for the DBA. Breaking above the year-to-date peak from that was 2020, April of 2024. That was a big level to get above. So let's fib this out, see if anything comes up here.
Wait,
Sure enough, here we are, 61.8.
16% short-term T-bills.
Yeah, it's a lot of bonds. Yeah,
How can that be?
I don't know.
Is that
It's certainly not hurting this ETF though.
no, I know, but I wonder if that's like a nature of the structure of the fund.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
because
I think CRB looks very similar.
they hold futures contracts and
Yeah.
maybe I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, 16% is by far their largest holding, and this is an agriculture fund. The
Right.
largest holding is in a short-term bond, so
Right.
or T-bill, right? So
Yeah, no, but this looks great. We're right here at the 61.8 retracement of the prior drawdown. Big level here, but if we're above 27, I think the path of least resistance is higher towards that 35.5 level. So that could be a good move. I was looking at cocoa futures earlier. They seem to be perking up here, testing this all-time high anchored VWAP. Kind of a nasty candle today. Rejected there again, but this has stood out to me, Spencer. Like, we got a huge run. I think we're up over 100% year to date. Let's see. So we rallied like 200% to start the year. Now we've been pretty much straight sideways. Kind of reminds me of like a Solana chart or some type of crypto, but like not getting oversold. I don't know. What else do we have, Spencer?
I think you're reaching there.
You think I'm reaching? You don't think cocoa looks like Solana?
Yeah, sure. That's in the short term.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like, so what? You know what I mean?
sure. Look at that. Twins.
Yeah, all right. For 6 months. I mean, well, there are a lot of things that look like this, probably.
Yeah, fair point.
Right?
I'm cherry picking, Spencer.
Yeah. it's not. There's no correlation between Solana and Coco that we know
Yeah,
of. Call me
that
call
we
me in a
know of.
year,
Yeah.
right? All right. So wait, what's the conclusion on the DBA?
Yeah, DBA. Yeah, we're long above this 61.8 retracement, targeting this 35 and a half level. Of course, I'd rather find different pockets of strength inside of the DBA, like potentially Coco. Yeah, but if this is what you're looking to trade, then I think that's how I would do it. It's 27 to 35 and a half.
All right. Next one from Zach. He has the 95 AO Smith calls. AOS is the ticker. AO Smith is the company. Zach says they looked like a zero until today when they called a bid. Do I cut my losses and get half back, or let it ride? Well, Zach, we can't tell you what to do. We can only look at the chart. AO Smith, this is one of those weird ones, Sam, because technically it's an industrial, but isn't it kind of like an energy industrial, because they make like tanks and storage units for like for gas, for natural gas and stuff, and so it's sort of
I think it's more industrial, Spencer.
All right, fine.
Yeah, 1.5% dividend here, $13 billion construction stock, industrial, blue collar, whatever you want to call it. But this stock is a monster. We're here flirting with new all-time highs. Look, let's see, we're up 8% today. No,
and
4% today.
Zach, without knowing when the calls expire, it's an impossible question, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're all different too.
Right.
So. But the chart looks great. I can tell you that much. Like we're right here at a key extension level, the 161.8. So if we can get above there, then we've been struggling here. The market's proven that there's more supply than demand at this specific level. However, if we are able to get above 90, I think you got to be long, targeting 124. I'm not sure if that works for your specific options trade, but that's how I see it.
That's the thing about options, right? Is you can be right and still lose money.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you can be wrong and make money too. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, let's stick with this group here, Sam. Let's talk about ALLE. This is a Legion. This is also industrial products.
Okay, $12.6 billion. Yeah. Let's zoom out here. So we've been public for a little bit over a decade now, flirting with the prior cycle highs here. Have not gotten above it yet. So until the market proves that we're ready to break out, there's nothing to do here. But if you are able to close above 148 on the ALLE, then I think you can be long with a target of 186 from there. That would be a good trade. I like this base. It's very constructive. It's just been grinding higher since it bottomed in 2022. I like this a lot, Spencer. But of course, we need to see it break out, and it hasn't happened yet. So
wait and see.
So wait and see. Yeah.
All right. We'll do a few more here. Let's look at Elevance, ELV, health insurance. The space has been a monster.
Oof.
I mean, you can just look at
Wow.
peers and see for yourself, but UNH is the one that jumps out to me.
Yep.
But Elevance, smaller. I mean, most they're all smaller than UNH, but
yeah. So this one is 120 billion. So smaller than UNH, but still a big boy. So here's the long-term look at it, fibbing out the financial crisis drawdown. We've hit several extension levels here. We're kind of in the middle of another one here, so not that helpful right now, but what we really want to do ultimately is buy a breakout above this prior cycle high, and it's kind of messy, and there's not one clear level. However, I can use a marker and say it's like this 550 level is what's really important. We've come up here several times, gotten rejected, broke out. Now we're rejecting this level once again. Back in the penalty box, maybe we're carving out a little cup here. So we've got our cup and our handle. So maybe that's the setup here, and then it eventually breaks out. But really, this 550 level has been difficult for this stock to overcome. But if that ever happens, you can be long targeting 635. So that would be a pretty good trade.
If it can actually hold, right? And if not, if this happens for like a third or fourth time, where would, if it breaks above 550 and then falters, where would that stop be?
So you're saying you buy it on strength above 550? Where you stop out?
I'm asking you if it were to get up above like 550 again, right?
Yeah.
Or 560, wherever it got to on that last high, where would the stop be, assuming it fails for the fourth time?
For me, I would just place an initial stop at the day's low. Like if we got a really decisive looking candlestick that looked like it wanted to resolve this basing pattern, then I would buy on that and then set a stop at that day's low, and then try to jam my stop at break even as soon as possible afterwards. That's how I would approach it.
These next two are interesting. They're not related, but they kind of are related. Trey's asking about UAL and SMG. So different sectors, different industries, different everything, but the stocks are both kind of the same in that they suck, right? Both these stocks suck in different ways, right? UAL has just been a sideways mess. SMG, also a sideways mess, but way, way, way off its highs from a couple years ago. Now, look at those charts. They've both kind of started to go. So here's the question, right? I guess, Trey, what's your time frame, right? Because both these things, as you know, to making new 52-week highs, that's obviously very bullish. We were talking on the morning show yesterday, I think, about the rotation coming for the crap, right? Whether it's the recent IPOs or the Cathie Wood stocks, or here the airlines, or the cannabis stocks, right? So eventually it's gonna happen. I guess if you believe in it, then if you believe in that rotation, then sure, why not take a flyer on these names? They haven't really, even though they're at these 52 highs, they haven't really gone anywhere yet. They're still just coming out of these ranges, both of them.
Right, and these are some of the worst stocks in the market too. So that's
they're terrible.
Yeah, important to note that. So you're really dumpster diving here, like with United Airlines. But yeah, I do see a potential reversal pattern taking shape here. Any close above 61 would really be interesting to me. You get confirmation of a breakout above 63 and a half. And really, if you get this breakout from here, you can be targeting this former all-time high from 2018, 2019. But that is just shy of 100. So you could go 60 to 100. That's not a bad trade there.
Trey saying these would both be long-term holds. God bless you, man. God bless you.
I think I would sell at those prior cycle highs, man. Like
that would be tough, right?
Yeah.
I like these a lot for a trade, right? Playing that rotation into the garbage.
Yeah.
For a long-term investment, like ask yourself this: long-term, you really want to own an airline stock and what is essentially like the most expensive cannabis stock, right?
What was that second ticker?
SMG. God's Miracle Grow.
Yeah, okay, I had marked this one up before. Yeah, I really like the anchored VWAP from the all-time high on this one. It comes in right at a shelf of former highs. Any breakout above 90 really would complete
they
this.
Could go up.
Reversal.
I'm not saying they can't go up, but is that where you want to park your money for a long time? It's not where I want to.
No, these are trading vehicles. These are bull market vehicles. This is not something I ever want to invest in. That's just me. Everyone's different.
That's me as well. All right, let's do one or two more and then we'll hop out of here. What is this one? Lamr, Lamar
Yeah,
Advertising. This is a REIT. This is a REIT.
yeah, love the Lamar.
All right.
So
What's
Lamar's
the
making
what's the
all-time
yield
highs
here?
here.
4.2%. You know, we're in a falling rate environment. These dividend yield stocks, these staples, these REITs, maybe coming back in favor.
Yeah,
Maybe.
$13.5 billion one here, Spencer. It's not nothing. So this is the one that does all the billboards, right?
Oh, this is the billboard stock.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before on this show. Okay. The
So Lamar,
right, billboards.
yeah,
Are you bullish billboards? Does it matter?
I think you have to be.
Really? You
Making
do?
all-time highs.
Okay.
You can't argue with that. So really, you wanted to catch the breakout here at 124, let's call it. So we have now broken out above that level and are making new all-time highs. We're at 133 today, but really the first objective is 153. So we're in a bit of a range. Not much to do here, but if this stock did pull back to 124, I think that would certainly be a viable dip. But I like this one a lot. Real estate in general is good. Let's look at the XLRE. Selling off the last 2 weeks here, but they've certainly perked up in recent months. Let's see.
Right.
I think this is a big, yeah, this is the 61.8 retracement level. So you'd like to see real estate stocks dig in here and not draw down too far. You'd rather correct this. We need some correction, right, Spencer? Like, look at this. This is real estate. We've gone like 28%. And
That's a lot for real estate,
a lot.
right?
That's a big move for real estate.
Know the pond you're in, right?
Yeah. You want to see it correct through time, though, not price. That's what the best uptrends do. So I'll be watching out for that. So far, it's been through price.
Let's do one more, last one here, and it's Stanley Black and Decker. What's sentiment here, Sam? We didn't talk about a single, not one tech stock on this show today. Not one tech request. We got commodities, we got real estate, we got industrials, we got healthcare, financials, telecommunications, but we did not get any tech.
Yeah, no, I love it, Spencer. What a time to be alive. Our crowd knows that relative strength is important, and there's not a lot of relative strength in tech right now. So they're bringing us leaders and stocks that are ripping. Like, look at Stanley Black and Decker here, Spencer, completing a multi-year bearish to bullish reversal pattern. This looks so good. You get confirmation at the all-time high anchored VWAP, which comes in around 113, currently at 108. So could get some chop here, but really nice looking setup here. Like, we can also fib this out, see if we can get some helpful retracement levels. I'm guessing the 38.2 is not that helpful, so I would just ignore that. First target above, so we're buying it on strength above 113, targeting 165, and then a secondary target of the former all-time high around 225.
All right.
So this could be a great trade.
All right, cool.
Very industrially.
All right, that's where we'll leave it. Just as a heads up, everyone, PSA, starting next week, we're going to have a little bit of a different schedule. Chart Request Live will air on Mondays and Thursdays, right? No, wait. No. Yes, I was right. Mondays and Thursdays, not Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays starting next week. So Monday at 1 o'clock, Thursday at 1 o'clock, and we'll do that for now. So
perfect.
That's the new time slot. We'll see you guys there Monday at 1. Smash the like. And yeah, please remember that all the information on this show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Sam, thanks a lot for the charts, man. I'd be lost without you. Everyone, thanks for the request. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, everybody.